Hi everybody. So in this video I am going to sublimate on these acrylic stands. So if you can see, there's two different types. One where it'll stand on it and one where it'll slip into it. So I didn't notice that when I was pulling them apart, but that's what it is. So I'm going to do one at a time. I had some random shapes left over from a project that I cut the wrong size, sorry. So these ones, I'm pulling off both sides of the protective film on these. So with the white acrylic like this, you're going to want to put it under something heavy while it's still warm to make sure that it doesn't warp. So they have keychains and stuff like this. I've already done door hangers from another company, and I was not a fan. So now I use the MDF door hangers with the Subli coating. But we're going to give these ones a try, and we're going to see how these ones work. So like I said, these little picture things so we can see. So what I'm going to do is one side at a time. So obviously they would stand like this. So I'm going to do this side and this side. I just cut them a little bit bigger. I'm going to tape them down. Just a little bit. I have my press set on 370 for 60 seconds, which is the same setting I used when I did the door hangers. So I'm going to use a plain piece of copy paper for blowout. You can see I have a blowout sheet underneath. So the reason I have a blowout sheet underneath is obviously you can see it's much bigger. So I could probably do all four of them. I just don't know if all four of them are going to go in my house. And this pattern actually matches my kitchen. So I'm going to throw a piece of copy paper and I am going to press it at 370 for 60 seconds. This was printed on my ET 15000 using Hippo brand ink. That's the only thing that I've used in a year that I've been doing this. I have a slab of granite. This was the sample that was on my counter. So I have a piece of blowout underneath it just to protect my acrylic stand from my stained countertop. So I'm going to put this over with a piece of blowout sheet over it because the acrylic will warp. So you want to put something heavy over it to make sure that it keeps it down flat until it cools. And then I will repeat the process for the back side of it. Okay, so moment of truth. We are going to take this off. There's my blowout. You can see a little bit of it in there. I think I'm going to, so you can see it did press. So I think what I'm going to do is leave the transfer on while it cools. I don't think I'm going to pull it right now because I don't want to risk bending them. So I am just going to put my slab of granite over it. If you have a stack of books or something like that, you can try that too. So we're going to give that, I would say probably at least 5 minutes. The granite's pretty cold, so it should cool it down pretty quickly. So we're going to give that a little bit and we're going to see how it comes out. Okay, so moment of truth. We're going to see how this comes out. It's pretty cold, so it should be good. Acrylic obviously will move and warp and everything if you try to pull it when it's warm. So that's why I kept the transfer on while we let it cool. The granite obviously worked perfect. So I'm going to do the other side. You don't really have to. You're going to cover most of it, but this little part is going to be showing. So I'm going to do the other side. I still have more of this transfer that I screwed up. So this obviously is a good way to, use some of the stuff up that I cut the wrong size or something. So I am going to just flip these over and do the exact same thing on the other side. I don't know what I'm going to put on the what you call it yet, the frames themselves, but this is what it looks like for the other ones. I'm going to press them, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing that I did with the other one, and I will show you what they look like. So I decided while I'm waiting for the other side to cool, I am going to put a picture on this little picture holder thing. It's not a frame, obviously. So I have my press set at 400 for 60 seconds. And my press just finished, so I'm going to grab that off. Okay, so I printed this one out really quick. This is my in-laws with my kids at our house. So I'm going to put this on there. I printed this out on my ET2720 using Hippo brand ink, of course. So I'm just going to level this up. I went a little bit larger than the actual picture holder itself for the width, because I wanted to make sure that the heart cutout in the corner didn't go right across my son's face. So I went a tad bit bigger. I will put the dimensions in the comments. And I'm just going to line this up, flip it over, tape it down. Throw a piece of copy paper for blowout. And we're going to give this a try. I have medium to heavy pressure on here, 400 degrees at 60 seconds. I'm using a 15 by 15 press. I'm going to go ahead and take this off. And we are going to see how these came out for the second side. So this is what these look like, sublimated on both sides. So once I have the image done, I will show you what these all look like together. Okay, so the picture is done. So when I did the second side of this, what I didn't note is that I actually went 10 degrees higher than I did for the first side. So it's a little bit darker than the first side. It's the first time I've done them, so it's kind of a trial and error, and we're going to figure out how it works. They're very, 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 very hot. As I said, this blank is from Bradshaw Blanks. As you can see, the color is amazing. These were professional pictures that my photographer did. I will also put her link in there. So if you are in upstate New York, like us, you can get your pictures done. So I will show you what these look like. They're hot, hot, hot. So, assuming it can go either way, straight or curved. But this is what it looks like. So we did the stand and the picture on here. I will put all the information and everything, the links and the times and the temps and everything on here so you can see what it looks like. But the picture on this is absolutely amazing. These are MDF with an easy subli coating, and these are acrylic blanks. So if you have acrylic keychains or something like that that you get, you don't have to just use the MDF with the easy subli coating. So you can actually do it on the standard acrylic. Just make sure that you put the heat on there, or something heavy after the heat so they don't warp. But this is what they look like. So we did the picture itself, same color corrections that I always use, and we did the stands. So that's what they look like. Hope this helps everybody. Thanks, guys. So I just noticed I'm an idiot, and I grabbed the two stands that were the same. It will work if you put them like this, but I just noticed, obviously, that this is the other side. So that's how it's going to go. So I'm going to press this other one so it actually matches, so I can put this together. So my mistake, but you'll see I'm going to have to press this one too, and I'm going to do it exactly like I did the other one. Thanks, guys. Okay, so now that it's all done, you can see I sublimated all the way around it. I didn't have enough to do a whole nother side, so I actually reused one of the other sheets, so that's going to be in the inside anyway, so I'm not too concerned about it. But that would be how it stands. So that's what it looks like with the bottom and everything sublimated. You can see it's sublimated on the back. So that's what it looks like. I would put all the links and everything in there. Hope it helps.